It's this. It's one of these hand movements again. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Glatzhofer, but you could call me Jen. I am a musical theatre performer and a voice teacher. And today I am returning back to DIMASH. It has been a little while, I do apologise, but we are back. Back where it all started. This will be my reaction and analysis to his Adagio from 2018. I never know where to go, there's always so many different versions of the song, so we're starting here. But I'm excited to see where DIMASH's voice goes. Again, this man is incredible. The range, the control, just everything is just out of this world. But as always, this is a reaction and an analysis video, so I will be stopping and talking about the vocals. That's what I like to do over here. If you'd rather watch the full thing uninterrupted, then I have left a link to the original video in the description below. If you do enjoy what I'm doing over here, then please do consider checking me out over on Patreon and supporting me over there. If you're not over on my social media, so that's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I use Instagram mainly. Facebook does get posted to a lot as well, but if you're not on over there and have missed a few updates, then let me tell you now. I have my first ever single, original music, coming out soon, the 2nd of June. I am so excited. Very soon you'll all know the title, and you can pre-save it as well, but do go over to Spotify, type Jennifer Glatzhofer, click the follow so you will be updated, it'll be popped onto your playlist and whatnot. But I'm so excited for you to start hearing my original music. We've got lots coming, so keep your eyes peeled, and do go over and follow me over on social media so you are updated when I post, because I tend to post there with updates. Right, hit that subscribe button and bell button to be notified anytime I post, if you'd like. And let's get to it.
Из Казахстана, снискавший, друзья, международную славу. Димаш Кудайбергенов, встречайте!
Oh, he has this really broken vibrato, which is so beautiful. But instantly we are drawn into this, like, the theme currently is breath-led, right? So the vocal folds aren't closing all the way when they're vibrating and producing sound. They are leaving little air pockets, if you will, to allow that breath to kind of be the flowing thing. So we are constantly hearing breath coming through, even when he's in his lower register, and then even when he gets up to his upper register. And yeah, this beautiful vibrato that we're hearing is like so sudden onto the note, and it's so like wavering and broken. It's like oof. Under my skin, and in my heart and my soul, I'll wait for you. Cool, so when he got down here, let's just talk about this before we go on to wherever we're going to go now. Right, onto that B. Oh, look at that. And there's a slight kind of tilt kind of quality as we're just finding a little bit more clarity in his voice. So everything else has been quite breath-led first, and then down here. And like instantly we're just brought into this really... I love that he started like this, because we're brought into the world of the song. And it's like so delicate, so quiet, we're drawn in. I feel like we're going to get blown away at some point, like by Powerhouse vocals. But like at the moment, it's just like we're mesmerized by it. So if we just look at the title Adagio, which is an Italian term, and it's also a musical term, it means like slow tempo, slow. So we are introduced to this like very slow pace song. And that's also with his vocals as well. Everything's very legato, soft, floaty. That's very fitting. Yeah, I mean, there's moments throughout this passageway where he's kind of getting a spread, more contemporary feel, but otherwise everything's kept very narrow, and we're getting this, again, the vibrato is kind of spiraling through, spinning through, and it's kept very, like, oval, round, classical kind of feel, which is lovely. Look at this little, let's go to the beginning of this again, actually, so it's completely different. And I love the addition of the string instrument coming in there on the second half of that, when da 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 da, when he holds onto those notes. So it's only when he ascends up, help, where we get a little bit of that smile kind of come through. Otherwise, everything is kind of kept quite dark and like classical feel. Help you then. Let's listen. So relaxed. Then. Yeah, so on this lovely A, he's getting in this lovely mix placement, right? There's a lot of cry. It's not too loud. Sometimes when we think of this, if we need to be kept in this clear vocal line up past our first passage, which is where we are now for DIMASH, although his vocals might go against all of the first passages and second passages because it's so seamless and smooth, and the transitions are like, you could be anywhere. But anyway, this A4 on this lovely A vowel, sometimes we feel like if we want to maintain the vocal fold closure, just as DIMASH is doing here, keeping that clear voice in there, not a breath-led sound, we feel like we need to amp up with volume, right? Da! And that's when the strain happens, because we're reaching up with our thicker folds. But what DIMASH is doing really lovely here, not saying that he can't maybe go thicker fold here, but he is wanting a really balanced mix, which he is achieving, because it's got so many beautiful elements of this his head voice. This twang is helping him keep bright, but then it's still got that kind of depth to it and this kind of pull from underneath, creating this lovely balance, which is therefore the mix, because it's got elements of the two qualities, two registers. I love that little I mean, can you hear that clear difference there, right? So we just went from so just a semitone apart, embrace how. Here, everything so far has been quite twang-led in that phrase to keep that bright ping, that brightness that we hear, and maintain the resistance in our vocal folds to keep that clear. Embrace. Then he does a diminuendo there and softens up. Da. Then he loses all of that. He loses the vocal fold closure, loses the twang, so he gets this lovely falsetto sound, breath-led on that F here. That throughout. Oh. Just musically, this is very interesting as well. That key change took me by surprise, modulate, and then just there, the chord progression right at the end, I was like, whoa, what is going on? But yeah, I mean, there's such an ease to DIMASH's voice. It's just like, oh, and there it is. Like, you know, with me, I've heard him go all the way up there. He goes everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. But this is still so, the skill and technique that he has to produce the sound that he's producing even here, it's just amazing. So he reaches a C5 there, which is like a high C for like male singers. It's insane. Da, da. And like, again, there's like this pull and this moan da, 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 as he's ascending through that phrase, and he's keeping that same quality throughout, never like missing and like flipping or anything. He's keeping that same quality. It's beautiful. flipping between da da ha ha, da da ha ha, ha ha, from a breath let up and find that connection down here, which is so, you know, he's playing with different qualities within a short amount of time, which is very impressive. He's so close with the mic as well. Look at this stance, his arms down. I always talk about arms with DIMASH because he gets his whole body involved with whatever he's doing, which is so lovely to see. Like there's a little bit of a lean lunge, like da 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 da. So we've gone up a semitone here. He gets a C sharp 5 here, da 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 da, and he starts this very dark, this passage. When we go far away, it's obviously hard to kind of see what he's doing, but everything's very close when it's like very tiny and intense. And as he goes a bit loud and opens up his mouth, he brings back the mic, and his arms here, like everything is anchored and supported. Nothing's in the wrong place. Lovely. It starts like I don't know what this word is, so I might be wrong here, but it's like he wants to say an E vowel. It might not be me, but we can see him in this little screen here. He changes from an E and then elongates and gets dark like this because it just allows us not to be spread, and we're keeping it a bit darker. And if that's the quality he wants, that's how he's going to do that. He's changing the vocal tract from spread. Like you can hear, that's the same. I haven't changed note, but it just sounds a lot lower, which shows me that we might be going higher. I don't know. Lovely. Look at that space in his pharynx. It's so lovely, that space in his mouth. And completely different. Before we were just saying it was lovely and low. Now, we kind of like open. It's a lot more of a spread. We can see teeth, and it's beautifully shot there as well. And a different quality. We can hear it kind of loses that softer kind of sob quality in there because of that dark, rounded, long vowel shape, mouth shape. And now because we're spread, we're getting a lot more of a thicker fold connection, right? So that C sharp again. Look, we can see all the teeth. We can see the tongue is lovely tucked like at the bottom of the mouth as well. Lovely where it needs to be. And it's like so full. It's like he's got this tunnel forward. That's the direction rather than this now. It's still in his mix because you can hear that a little bit of that like kind of cry in there. That's what's given like the mix quality away. But remember, the mix doesn't have to be 50-50. So I know I'm gonna get some people go saying like it's a chest belt. Yes, it's chest dominant. It's so chest dominant compared to the other ones, right? We can all hear that. We can all agree on that. But there is for where it is on this C sharp, it's not going to be full chest. Like there's not going to be full thick fold. Let's talk about in terms of foldness, because as we ascend, the vocal folds have to thin out. And for where it is in his range, his vocal folds are thinning out. So it is still a thick sound, but that is helped by resistance. And now that we've opened up to an A, that's also going to help with a thick sound. Lovely twang in there. Do we get up to an E flat there? You can hear that thin placement at the top. Wait. Let's listen to that again, because there's a lovely, like, you can hear that thin placement top on that E flat, and then he does a lovely little kind of cry in there as well, which is beautiful. Oh, that was probably one of the most obvious changes that we've had, I think. Right, so we go from F to that C sharp. Da da da, still fully in his chest voice here, right? Da 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 da. We can hear the change of like timbre, the change of like vocal tract as well. Da da. As we like increase our twang level, our AES is tightening. That is where twang is created, and twang is this ugly kind of sound. So the way we can practice with that is, wow, yeah, kind of practice all these ugly sounds, and then eliminate the ugliness a little bit, and have that. That's what he's doing up there to maintain that as clear as he is. What I love about DIMASH as well is like he keeps his mouth open until the very end, and still even there, da. It's not like da, and that's what closes the sound. It's like da, and he lives in that moment for a split second before he goes on to the next one, and he like, you know, opens up his arms. It's so like, just performance wise, it's so lovely to watch. I mean, you can tell, like, you can hear how thin it is there, but it's still his mix, because it's not like pure head voice up there, right? You can hear that resistance in there. So he is wanting a lovely mixed belt here, and it's so beautifully placed. It just feels like he's living in it and he's loving it. Even that D5 sounds different to the E5, so which is going to happen because the vocal folds are going to keep thinning, so we need to find a different balance for that one. And then he reaches his F5. Oof. And it's a long note. Is it all one? Wow. He drops on the floor. Nah, let's watch that again. This is why I love pausing, because I get to watch it again, right? But yeah, all those three notes, which has a lot more of a thicker fold connection. As he goes on to the E5, he loses a bit of that, but it's still in the mix. And then F5 even like loses even more, but it's still very prominent in the mix. It's just changing balances as he's ascending, which has to happen. But it's all on one breath. Like, wow. He is like leaning forward. He's got one leg forward. He's really like anchored and supported, and he's driving that sound forward in order to keep that going as he's going. It's insane. And then he just drops on the floor. Look at that lunge. Straight tone. Straight onto vibrato. Little riff. Then I mean, you can hear this open space, and his soft palate is risen. You can hear this, like this open, lifted space right at the back. It's one of these hand movements again. And this F5 was different to the before. Here we have a lot more of a thicker connection. Like, we're going into the fifth octave here. This DIMASH is insane. The level of mixed balance that he has with his vocal folds and control. Imagine being someone hearing that live, like all of this. I love that change there as well. Like a that passage is so fun to hear, but I feel like it must be so fun to sing because it's like going with the music on this N, which helps us be forward already with this N. No. Like I use like nyas, nays to help with twang, right? So essentially he's kind of doing that, which is lovely. Oh, it's so tiny. Like, but look at this open space, beautiful. I love that cry. Da! Like this cry off the voice. Da! So sustaining an E5 here, guys. This is... I cannot. And he's on the floor. Like, this is what I mean. Like, as soon as something switches off, the vocal folds are going to be like, I've got you. And it's like, no, these need to be so, like, relaxed, just doing their thing. Everything else needs to be working, but we don't want to cause any strain or tension here. And, like, look at the ease. Is he even sweating? Like, insane. Did he say the word adagio at the end, right? Adagio, which he kept all on this A vowel, which helps with the placement that he wants to be. If he had to go adagio, turns dark. Suddenly the mixed quality is imbalanced. We have to think of something else, like think of, oh, I need to change maybe the level, and it's just a bit trickier. Whereas if we just maintain everything on this A vowel, which we know has a lot more of a lovely kind of thicker fold presence in there naturally, like it's a bit more natural to have that in there. It helps us so much. I mean, what? Does he add an H at the beginning as well? Aspirate onset? Ha. Pitch.
DIMASH KUDAIBERGEN, ваши аплодисменты, браво.
I was thinking halfway, I was like, are we going to get any opera, like any, sorry, beautiful head voice legato kind of floating up there? Are we going to get into like the 6th octave? We got there. Oh, beautiful. Like, and notice the difference between the vowel, the mouth shape on the adagio, adagia, essentially, spread, then here, wherever he starts, he drops that jaw, very round, very classical, lots of tilt in there. Oh, control.
DIMASH
Controlled
KUDAIBERGEN, ваши
diminuendo as well.
аплодисменты, браво.
Bravo. Yes, well done. He always gets flowers at the end. I mean, right, many flowers. He hasn't got any more hands, hon. You might need to hold him for. Oh, he's like, I'm actually allergic to flowers. Oh, beautiful. I mean, wow. DIMASH never fails to surprise us, doesn't he? Well, me especially. Like, it's just, I loved, you know, pace-wise, the song didn't really change, but rightly so. It was called Adagio, so it kind of made sense. And it just, I loved the modulations though in it as well. And just obviously everything that DIMASH does is just insane. Thank you very much for watching this reaction and analysis video. Please do go over and follow me over on social media. Everything is in the description below, so do go over there to check it out. But then you can be posted on this single, 2nd of June. Be sure to save the date. Click that subscribe button, the bell button, and the thumbs up button, and I'll see you very soon for another video.